Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the weekend banger. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for the weekend banger. It's time for the weekend banger. I got one. Keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, man, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the morning times, man. I promise y'all, there's nothing on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process. And that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. You want to go to jail, man, or you want to stay out here with your family, man. Because if you keep running around doing the same thing you're doing every day for the whole year like you did the last calendar, man, like you going to jail sooner or later, man, or worse. Can't y'all see I'm trying to save y'all life, man? Like, I don't know if y'all get this yet. Like, some people might think I'm just preaching. Some people might think I'm just doing this for the strength of my YouTube. Whatever the case, man, I'm trying to save y'all from going through what I've been through, man. The people that already been to prison, y'all already know you don't want to go back to that reality. So why roll the dice and gamble with your life like that? Turn your life around, man. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all, man. If you out here wilding, turn your life around, man. Just stay out of the way. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the weekend banger game. So what did y'all do with this one? Like, share, subscribe, so y'all. Let's get. Let's go. But it's time for business. Time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Wanted His Own Justice. Part 1. This is a crazy story, crazy situation, but we are where people, we are in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, it's crazy in there, man, because it's people that really don't care about going home. There's people in there that really don't care about nothing except revenge sometimes, man. Like, I done seen it happen from dudes with a lot of time, from the dudes with a little bit of time, man. Like, when they bump into an old out or somebody that did something to a family member, man, usually be crazy beef. It usually be crazy, man. And like, when stuff like that happens, man, like, you got to be on point. That's why I be telling y'all, like, every action you do out there, it's going to get a reaction when you go into prison, man, because it's people that y'all hurting out there. Their family members are in there, man. So you got to deal with these people, y'all. So with that being said, though, we are on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We are on Lawrenceville. And I can remember being in 30 building, man, for this one, man. And like, this was a crazy one right here because this was around the time, like, you know, things weren't in shambles as far as what was going on. But this was like right before I probably went to 60 building again for the second time. And we kind of like bumping heads, pause with the sergeant dude who really don't like me and my roommate, everybody else that was from Norfolk, and everybody that was trying to win some money, that was trying to get some money he didn't like, basically, man. So like, this is around that time right here, man. So like, I can remember, man, being in the pod when I'm just trying to chill, and then Baldhead finally went to the hole, man. So like, when he had went to the hole, I had got a roommate that was from the 804, man. I'm not gonna say where he was from, but he was from the 804 area. But we gonna call this dude Reek, man. Now, Reek, I think I spoke about him before because I really didn't have a lot of cellies that was from the 804 area, to be honest with y'all. So I think I spoke about him before, man, in the story. But he was a cool guy. He was all right. Me and him was cool about everything. He was one of those dudes that came from receiving. And he struck by coming in the cell with me, man, because I had everything. I had a phone. I had Lala. I had stuff going on. I had a box of stuff, box full of food. Like, he came in the cell with a good dude, to be honest with y'all, man. So, like, I knew when he moved in my cell, he would never probably want to dip and go nowhere else, like, you know what I mean? Because he felt really comfortable in my junk, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was able to use the cell phone when he needed to. This different things. So me and bro was cool. And plus, I kind of was like, all right with him because he never really had company in the cell. He stayed out my way, which was a good thing. Then, you know, when the doors are pop, he'll dip, you know what I mean? Like, he was one of those type of cellies. Went outside all the time. Cool dude. So Reek was one of those dudes, man, like, you know, with other dudes where he was from, they was still young. Like, I was their age before, like when I was on Sussex. So they like in their early 20s. So like, he was mature for his early 20s. His little homeboys was too, but like they still had a little wild side to them, man. Like just as far as against authorities, or if somebody get them wrong that's in the block or whatever the case, man, you'll see their little wild side of how they'll buck and snap. And I used to always kind of tell them, and like, I'm not even 30 yet for real, man. Like, and I found myself I'm just turning 30, to be honest with y'all, man. I think I'm like 30, 31 around this time, but like, I'm finding myself kind of like talking to them like I'm an old head, and they used to always be like, man, Weezy, go ahead with that, man. You act like you weren't wilding out when you first came to prison. They put you on substance with all the psychos. I know. I'm like, bro, listen, I had to learn how to move. Like, I was like, all about wilding out. Like, I used to try to give them that game. Reek used to listen, but his other homeboys really didn't. And for real, I used to talk to them sometimes, because if he did bring dudes in the cell, he would make sure that he was out my way. And then he'll be like, yo, bro, look, we about to come in here. I'll be like, all right. And then I might stand there for a second, kick it with them, then I'll leave. But other than that, everything was straight, man. Like, he wasn't really like a wild dude or nothing like that. Now, he had a few friends, like I told y'all, he used to rock with, man. But the one main dude that I had met, that I had kind of like got cool with, was the old head, man. And we're going to call him John. Now, John was another dude from out his way. John was super cool, but John worked on the yard. So like that was crazy having somebody in 30 building that worked on the yard, because usually all the dudes that worked on the yard was in 80 building, you know what I mean? A couple of them was in that honor pod that was in our building, 32 pod. A few of them was in there, but none of them in the regular pods at all. So he worked on the yard, but like he told them that he didn't want to move. He wanted to stay in the regular joints. They tried to put him in the honor pod in 50 building, 80 building, and over in 30 building. Where he was at, he didn't want to do it. John was one of those old heads, man. Like, if I was like early 30s, he was like middle 40s or something like that. I give him that, like 44 or something like that. Not really old, 45, like the age I'm at now, but like seeing him back then, it was like he had looked way older. Like, you could tell he was older than us. So like, he was somebody that, like, when I met him through my celly Reek, like me and him got cool, because like I was able to build with him, you know what I mean? Like, me and his conversations would be different. Like, we'll talk about different things, and for real, his conversation level, man, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I done built with a lot of dudes. Like, when I say build, like, not on no 5% type stuff, I'm just saying like this building a conversation. Like, we just having a conversation about something, and the conversation turned out to be a good conversation. Now, me and bro used to talk about a lot. I used to dip on him when he bring up the Bible. I ain't even gonna lie, when he bring the Bible up, I ain't really trying to hear that. But when he used to talk about kind of like how it is in prison, like, cause he used to talk about how it is in prison, because he been down a little minute. Yeah, I think John was probably down like 15 years or something already. You know what I mean? It was definitely a double digit. Like, I can't remember the exact time, but it was definitely a double digit. But me and him used to always like build on like stuff, like as far as what's going on in the prison. He's like, yeah, because they want us in here. Like, that's why they want gang. I think they put gangs in Virginia. He said this. He was like, I think they brought the gangs to Virginia just for they can have it in the prison, and they can have the, like, he was like, because the more people getting locked up, the more money they make. He been saying that. And I used to tell him, like, yo, look, for real, I used to try to break down how the gang culture was. And me and him used to go back and forth about a lot of different things, sports, a lot of different things. But he was a cool old head. Like, he had his own stuff. He wasn't trying to leech off nobody. And I used to always see, he used to try to give good game to them. And when I used to get the pack a little bit, I can holler at him and he can move around. And it used to be easier, man. So, like, the whole time my celly was in there, Reek, the whole time Reek was in my cell, man, I'll say John was the only friend that I had got cool with, y'all. So, boom. The rest of the dudes were kind of young. You know, they was all right, but John was all right. John was able to pop up at the cell. What's up, Charlie? What you doing? Weezy, what you doing? I'm chilling. He was like, what's up, man? Let me sit in here for a minute. I'm like, what's good? He already knew I had a joint because of my roommate. So he'll come sit in the joint. He'll chill. He wouldn't even actually use the joint. So I'll still be on the joint. He'll sit in there. He'll roll his feezy. He'll roll his roll up. He'll hit the joint. He'll be like, you want to hit it? I'll be like, nah, go ahead. I'll let him, because I already know he's trying to duck off from his celly, like, for real. Like, he said he never trusted his celly. His celly was an old head white dude that he said he never really trusted for reasons that he never really told me about. But he'll come sit in the room, hit his bogey, and then he'll dip, you know what I mean? Sometimes he'll sit in there and he'll be like, yo, Weezy, look, man, look, can you call my aunt for me? I'll be like, look, you call it yourself. And I'll let him use the joint. So me and him was cool. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, me and him was all right, like, all the way all right, like, super cool. And he was like an uncle to my roommate, kind of like. So that type of situation was different, man. Like, you know, hanging with dudes, like, you know what I mean? Like, this was a different type of situation, y'all, because, you know, these dudes are not even from my area. But this is a time in Lawrenceville where, like, geographical stuff don't matter. Yeah, my roommate just was from Norfolk that went to the whole ball head, but, like, I still can mingle with anybody. As long as you ain't lame, me and you can be roommates, y'all. So, boom. Now, you got to have a TV, your own player, etc. You know what I mean? Don't make me leave those things out, but I can kind of get along with anybody. That's basically what I'm saying. So, like, the whole time I was in there, though, man, like, for real, like, John, he never was a dude that really, like, pushed stuff at nobody, like, you know what I mean? Like, for real, like, him being down this many years, like, you know what I mean, was already like a milestone in me. It was like a milestone because basically, like, I'm like, yo, I gotta do what he already did. Like, I used to always be like, when I get to where he at, I'm gonna be close to going home. So like seeing him do his bid, I respected it, man, because he was a dude that demanded respect. He didn't joke around. He didn't do none of that. He wasn't no clown. He wasn't none of that, man. Like he'll be the dude that was from the 804. Like if something jump off from with his homeboys, like, or he know people, he'll always try to get the problem like settled. Like he wasn't on that type of time. He wasn't on it like that at all, man. But at the same time though, man, you can tell that he still had maniac in his blood. Like, you know what I mean? Like just on the strength of the only thing he did that was like, you know what I mean? Like as far as like not getting in trouble, as far as this towing the line with stuff is store boxing. Like, and that was like his hustle. And the only thing he store boxed was snacks. And when I say snacks, I'm talking about cookies and cakes and stuff like that. That's the only thing that he store boxed. So he had a business doing that. And dudes would pay him. Dudes would pay him, man. Like he wasn't one of those intimidating looking guys. He was a little taller than me, brown skinned dude. You know what I mean? He used to always had an orange Scully on, super serious in the face. You know what I mean? So me and him used to be chilling though, man. Like when he come out to the pod, he will always let me know, like, you know, they got the la and this and that. If I ain't had a la, he definitely alerted me about everything, man. Like, for real, having John in the pod, man, was definitely a bonus. It was definitely a bonus, man. But I can remember a time where my roommate had got into it with somebody. So, like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, it's so sweet up there, y'all. Like, I'm trying to talk him out of the situation because I don't feel like getting another roommate. I ain't joking, man. I'm trying to talk him out of the situation, man. I'm like, yo, he come in the room, he like, man, because he used to go out there and play that basketball. Like, my roommate was a young boy, you know what I mean? Go out there and play that ball. He come back in the cell, he like, man, yeah, don't worry about it. We go to dinner. Wait till we go to dinner. Yeah, we gonna fight. Yeah, we gonna fight. I'm gonna fight him. Yeah, I'm gonna rumble him. Yeah, I'm gonna rumble him. So his homeboy come to the door. I'm like, so I got the jack. I'm like, man, what y'all got going on, man? I put the jack. I'm like, what y'all got going on? Reek, what's going on? He like, no, dude over in 31 pod. Man, they trying to try me. Da-da-da-da-da. He was like, man, I'm trying to break it up. He was talking crazy. I was like, who you talking about, John? He was like, yeah, he trying to break it up. So he going on and on. He telling his homeboys and me what happened. So I'm like, man, look, bro, just chill, bro. I was like, look, man, just chill out, man. Dude don't want no beef, man, for real. I was like, then you gonna mess around and go to the hole. He like, man, I don't care. He done disrespected me like that. So he just snapping out. So I'm like, man, I'm just watching him snap out. And I'm just like, this junk crazy, man. So for real, like I didn't think I could talk him out of it. Like, you know, it was to that point. Like, I just was like, you know, when I see a dude getting that angry, like, it ain't really nothing you can say for real. Like, you can't really talk nobody out of no maniac stuff when they that angry. Like, I seen my roommate super angry at this time, y'all. So boom. So I just left it alone. So as soon as they let us out, all the doors popped. We came out. We come out. As soon as we come out, I look. I seen John. Now, when all this was going on, John wasn't even in the pod. I guess he saw what happened when he was outside working the yard. You know what I mean? He said Unc was trying to break it up. That's what he was talking about. But like, he didn't say nothing to him when he came back and it was snapping. But it'd be lockdown time almost, like kind of like after wrecking stuff. So like we locked down. So like I guess John was waiting to holler at him after count. So when after count came, that's when I seen John. John pull up on him, and John was talking to him like, yo, look, he trying to get the joint alleviated because they was from a different place in the 804 and they was going up against another place in the 804. This is the dude my celly get into it with. So I'm guessing that John dealt with both parties. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, he's always the peacemaker. He's always the guy that's kind of like trying to make sure nothing don't get out of hand. And you need somebody like that in the pod. I'm letting y'all know, man. Ask anybody that did time. You need somebody who can be level-minded, somebody that's a great mingler, somebody that's not going to think geographical, somebody that can get the problem solved sometimes without it being violence, man. That's who John was, man. So John hollering at bro. I guess he trying to get the jump squash. And Reek keep shaking his head like, you know what I mean? He just talking to him. They having a conversation. So my homeboy pull up on me like, yo, what you got going on? I was like, man, I don't know. I think my celly got into it with a dude from the 804. And, you know, I don't know what's going on. He was like, he about to see dude, you know what I mean? So he like, man, that junk crazy, man. I'm like, yo, that junk, wow, I don't really want to lose my celly as a roommate, you know what I mean? Because he was a cool dude, and I don't feel like a new dude coming in and I got to hide the joint and go through all of this BS. I promise you I ain't want to do it, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. So like, real, my last resort, I got to holler at John, man. But John talking to my celly, he trying to alleviate the joint. So after they talked for a while, my celly went to go talk to his homeboys, and I seen John. John was just standing by the door shaking his head like, I said, yo, John. He was like, what's up, man? I walked up to him. I was like, what's up? He was like, shh, young boy's hard-headed, man. I said, look, did you get the jump squash, though? He was like, man, I don't know, man. Like for real, I don't know if I can get it squashed, man. He was like, you know what your celly asked? I was like, what? He said, he asked me, did I have a knife? I'm like, what? I'm like, man, go ahead with that, man. He was like, yeah. He was like, man, I ain't want to ask Weezy, because if Weezy do got one, he probably ain't gonna give it to me. I was like, bro, I ain't got no knife. Like, we on Lawrenceville, man. What I'm gonna do with a knife, y'all? So boom. I don't have a hammer. I don't need that right now. That joint is like, what's that for? That's that type of situation. I don't have that, man. So I'm like, bro, I don't have one, man. Like, I don't know what he talking about. He was like, yeah, I know. He was like, man, but I ain't getting one though. He was like, yeah, I got access to one. You know, I work on the yard. You know, I done found all type of shit. Weezy, man. Like, nah, I got access to one. I ain't giving them nothing though, because I don't want to see them hurt each other over that. I'm like, what the hell you holding one for? He was like, shh. Yeah, what you mean? He kind of laughed it off. He was like, what you mean? I was like, what you got a joke for? Like, what he was like? Shit, God damn it. You never know. God damn it. He started looking down at the ground. He was like, you never know. Shit, you never know. I was like, never know what? I said, what, you got enemies like that? He was like, shit, man, look, where I'm from is always enemies. I'm like, yeah, you right. But look, though, he don't need that junk, man. I said, look, I ain't really trying to see him go to the hole anyway. I said, they gonna fight, they gotta fight. I ain't trying to stop. He was like, that's what I told him. Like, you in a good cell, you chilling. Why are you messing this up? He like, man, dude straight, like, disrespecting him. The dude over in 31 part. So he was like, what I'm gonna try to do is, like, I'm gonna try to get it when they get to shoot the fair one, man. He was like, cause the dude over there ain't trying to hit nothing. He said, I was talking to him the whole time when we came back after Reek. That's why I ain't come back in the pod. So he, you know what I mean? Like, he was trying to do his due diligence on everything, man, trying to get everything squashed. And for real, my celly just looked like he won't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? Dude across the hall, they said he won't trying to hear it. So I knew they was gonna end up clashing, man. So I'm like, man, this junk crazy. So everybody was just waiting, you know what I mean? So they set it up for my roommate to go over to 31 pod, which I didn't really, I told him when he came back and told me, he was like, look, hey, look, man, if I go to the hole, T-Weezy, man, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, listen, bro, why you going 229 to go fight? I said, you going down. Like me, I might can get away with it, like, because I'm a vet, but I can't tell nobody what to do when they that mad. So I'm you know, I rock with bro. Me and him and Sully's like, what, ball him and gone, what, 3 months, 4 months now? Like, me and him cool. I don't really want to see him dip, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he got to handle his business. So I said, bro, look, I don't think it's a good idea, but you got to do you. He was like, yeah, look, if I ain't no going to the hole, I don't think I am. If I go to the hole, man, just get him back this right here. That's his joint, the headphones. And then, you know, rest of the stuff just pack. But I was like, bro, definitely going to pack your stuff, man. I was like, man, be easy, man. You know what I mean? Dap me up. Bro went over there, but I guess John was over there with him, man. You know what I mean? So they go over that joint. I don't see the joint, you know what I mean? All I know is I looked up, it was freaking 50 police coming into our building. So whatever they went over there to do, it didn't work. They didn't do nothing discreetly, man. They did it all and got tore off for the junk, man. 50 police ran in our building, man, and locked up 3 dudes, man. You know what I mean? They said my roommate and one of his homeboys was fighting a dude. So I guess they was trying to bank the dude however it went. I didn't even ask him when he got out the hole, but he was gone, y'all. So boom. So now I'm angry again, man, because I'm like, this is wild right here, man. This is another celly. I have to go through another freaking roommate, man. Like this, I know I'm not gonna get a good roommate because I just had a good roommate after Ballhead left, which was a lucky situation. So I was like, I know for a fact. I was like, man, I know for a fact I ain't gonna get no good celly, man. So I was like, man, this junk crazy. I was like, this junk crazy, man. So I waited. They came and got his stuff. They packed his stuff. So after they packed his stuff, they came back. So John come in the pod. So John come back because they was one of the only ones after all that happened. They let John still go work. So John come back on the joint. He come in the pod. I was like, hey John, he like, what's up? Like, come here. He was like, all right. He was like, let me get my shower bag. So he went to get his shower bag. I was like, we ain't coming back out. He was like, man, I don't know, not tonight. I don't think so, man. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. So he got his shower stuff ready. He came upstairs. He came upstairs in my cell. I was like, man, what happened, man? He was like, man, Sally went over there. He was like, man, Reek went over there and started fighting the dude. The dude looked like he was getting the best on him. He was like, his homeboy jumped in and they started all fighting in the pod. He just was all bad. He said it was all bad. He said they got tore off for the jump. I was like, man, that's crazy. Like, but I told him though, I tried to tell him though, Weezy, I was like, man, I said, man, he gonna be all right. It's just a fight, you know what I mean? So he should be all right. I'm just mad that he was like, no. I was like, man, I'll be all right, man. Everything good though, man. He was like, yeah, you good though? I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. He was like, man, y'all crazy. So I'm in the cell, you know what I mean? Now I'm in the cell, like, and like for real, y'all, I'm stuck with the cell phone. Like I'm stuck with the jack. But like I won't tripping that I was stuck with the jack. I was happy that I was dolo in the cell with the jack actually, man. But like still though, like my roommate gone. I'm like, Lord, I don't know who they gonna bring in here, man. So like I didn't really want to use the jack. I was scared to use the jack because I'm like, man, like they can just come in here anytime. You know what I mean? Now late night that I might, you know what I mean? So I ain't had no grammar spot for it. I used to let the dude over in 32, which was the next pod, hold the joint. I used to just get it from him at different times. My word, I can't get to him. So I'm like, man, this junk crazy. So I asked John, was everything copacetic? He's like, everything should be straight. They just locked them dudes up. You know what I mean? He was like, bro was the only dude from our pod that, you know what I mean, that went to the hole, da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right. So that kind of made me feel a little bit more relaxed. They already came and got his property, so they don't got to come back to the cell for nothing. So I doze off. I wake up the next morning. So they let us out the next morning. So I go take the jack to my homeboy that be holding the joint, man, over there in 32 pod. So this is my word on everything, man. I got this. As soon as I get the jack back from later on that day, I don't know what had happened, man, but that night, the dogs, the people with the dogs, everybody came through. Man, everybody came through, man. Everybody came through. And then it was so crazy because I had the dude, another dude I be rocking with, holding the phone. Not really holding the phone, but just holding it till the morning, then I'll get it back and shoot it to the dude if I don't got to keep, you know what I mean, I used to have to go to the back door and slide the phone to get it to the guy. So the dogs, the people with the dog, everybody, they rush our pod. Man, they rush our pod, man. I promise you, man. And the dude that was holding the jack, man, flushed the jack, y'all. So boom. Lost my jack, man. I lost my jack. They came in there. They rushed our joint and they pod. I don't know if it was because of that fight, but they rushed everybody. Got us in there, strip searching us like it's an annual lockdown. They running them junk. So I had the dude that had my jack, like he wasn't prepared for nothing like that. So he had to do what he had to do. I wasn't mad. You know what I mean? He was a dude that just hold it. He wouldn't use it or nothing. So got rid of the jack, man. I was mad with myself and just about how everything was transpiring. I know roommate, the phone, everything was just going down here. So I was upset about that junk, man. So like for real, like this is around the time kind of like why I get into it with the sergeant. You know what I mean? So like now me and the sergeant I got into it. So like he be hating so much because he was with the little rundown team. He didn't catch me with no phone or nothing or with no work or nothing, but still he didn't like me. So like he in there, like me and him got into it then. So I think from there is when he made his move to get rid of me and my man. So that's when they came in there, man, and they was like, yo, hey, Weezy, say word, they moving you. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what do you mean moving me? It's like, yeah, he moving to 60 building. I'm like, what? It's like, these people moving me back to San Francisco game, y'all. So boom. I was upset about that, man. But I took my talents to South Beach, though, man. You know what? I'm gone, man. I was mad leaving the 30 building, though, because I've been over there a minute. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. So I didn't go to 60. I get to 60 building, man. Like, I'm over there for a minute, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. Probably like a month or two in the joint. So I'm kind of used to it now because it ain't the old San Francisco. So I'm trying to stay out of the way, you know what I mean? Minding my business because I do want to go back to 30. But like for the meantime, I'm over here. So this is a whole new atmosphere. My celly got out of the hole. He ended up striking 80 building. So he on the same side as me, you know what I mean? We in the same building. So everything was straight. So man, finally, like they ended up moving. Like I guess, I don't know because he wanted to, I don't know how it happened, but he told me later that they had just moved him, but I think he kind of requested this now that I think about everything. But out of nowhere, I looked up, I seen John come over to our building and they put him in the honor pod, which was the pod across from me, you know what I mean? So like, now he's in the building with me. So when I seen him, I'm like, yo, he was like, man, I finally wanted to move over here, you know what I mean? I was like, for real. But he had this type of look in his eye when he said it. He was like, yeah, I finally wanted to get over here though, man, cause you know, like this the main spot over here though. He was like, man, I wanted to get over here for a lot of reasons though, man. Real talk, man. I was like, for real? Like, for what? He was like, he just kept looking at me like, I ain't telling you reason, man. I was like, all right, I mean, what you guys like? I don't know what made me say it, but I just said, I was like, what, you got an enemy over here? So he was like, nah, I ain't got no enemy. Nah, I ain't got no enemies. The look he had on his face, I knew he was lying, y'all. Everything. I knew this man was lying. He was like, nah, I ain't got no enemies, Weezy. Nah, I said, man, look, man, you just left 30 building where we was at. I said, I got moved. I said, why did you move over here, man? I said, I know you don't like this side of y'all. You been told me you don't like this side of y'all, John. I said, then your little homeboy Reek in 80 building now. So like, what you move over here? He like, look, sometimes God give you a gift. Like to hear him sound like this, it was real sinister to hear this joint though. Cause I never really seen the side of him, man, like this. Like I said, he always been the easy going guy. He always been the guy that talk you out of stuff. He always been this guy. My word, man, John was like, sometimes God just give you a gift. And next thing you know, you look up and you see your enemy right there on the compound. Him and you know who you is.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.